Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be looking at the sine relation in the topic of trigonometry. So in trigonometry, we are trying to solve for an unknown side or an unknown angle in a right angle triangle. Now, not always can we use Pythagoras theorem to solve for an unknown side. If there is only one given side and a given angle, then we have to use either the sine, cosine, or the tangent relation. So in this video, we are looking at the sine relation, how to use a sine relation. Suppose there is a right angle triangle. You're given an angle theta. So that symbol over there, that symbol is called theta. Just like there's a symbol pi, there's a symbol alpha. So this symbol is called theta, the unknown angle. So the relationship over here is that the sine of the angle theta is equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the length of the hypotenuse. Sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. That is the sine relation in a trigonometric triangle. Given an angle and either the opposite side or the hypotenuse side. And then you have to solve for one of them. Let's straight away get to an example to figure out how this relation is going to work in solving for an unknown side. Example 1. There's a right angle triangle here. And there's an angle 30 degrees. So that's our theta. The hypotenuse is equal to 6.5 centimeters. And the opposite side is unknown. That is x. And that's what we are solving for. So we're finding the value of x over here. So the question is x equals what? And in the next question, the question is h is equal to what? So let's look at the first one. So the trigonometric ratio is sine of the angle theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So for this particular triangle, sine of the angle 30 degrees is equal to opposite, which is x, divided by hypotenuse, which is equal to 6.5. Now we can swap sides of the equal sign, right hand side to left, left hand side to right. So x over 6.5 is equal to the sine of 30 degrees. So later on we'll be using a scientific calculator to be able to solve. So here we can see the 6.5 is dividing on this side. When it goes to the other side, it will multiply. So x will be equal to 6.5 multiplied by the sine of 30 degrees. So the value of x here in this triangle will be equal to 6.5 times sine of 30 degrees. So we'll need to use a scientific calculator. So scientific calculator would look like that, the simple one. For grade 10, grade 11, or even high school, grade 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we'll turn the calculator on, and those are the buttons. So you can see the sine, cosine, tangent buttons over there, the pi. There's a square root button, square, cubic button, log means logarithm. So there's a lot of functions in a scientific calculator. So back to our question. We're doing 6.5 times sine of 30 degrees. So I will press 6.5 times 6.5 times sine. Where is sine? Okay, so that's next to that button in the corner, sine of 30 degrees, 30. So 6.5 times sine of 30 degrees. All I need to do now is to press equal. So I get 3.25. Good. The answer is in 2 decimal places. If the answer was longer than 2 decimal places, we would round it off to 2 decimal places. So the answer is 3.25. And not forgetting the units. If it was meters, this would be meters. It was centimeters, so this one over here will be in centimeters. So that's our answer. The value of x in this triangle, the length of the opposite side, is equal to 3.25 centimeters. Now let's look at the second example. So we'll begin with the formula. Sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of the angle over here is 51 degrees is equal to the opposite. So the side which is opposite to the angle, that's 14 divided by the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is given as h. So we are finding the value of h. So opposite is always the side that is opposite. So that's the angle. So that's the opposite side. And this one, the longer side, is the hypotenuse. And this side over here would be called the adjacent side. But that we don't use in a sine relationship. Okay, so sine of 51 degrees is equal to 14 over h. So in solving this, what we can do is we can swap the left hand side with the denominator. So the next line would become h is equal to 14 divided by sine of 51 degrees. So you can see sine of 51 and the h, they can change place, they can swap place. Because if a is equal to b over c, then c is equal to b over a. So a and c can swap sides. Same thing over here, sine of 51 and h, they swap sides. So now we need to use the calculator. The length of the hypotenuse over here would be 14 divided by sine of 51 degrees. So let's get back to our calculator. So we'll put it back to 0. The equation is 14 divided by, I'll use open bracket just to be on the safe side so that don't make a mistake. 14 divided by the denominator is sine of 51 degrees and then close bracket. It would also work if you didn't put the bracket, but for safe side I like to put the bracket. 14 divided by sine of 51, and all we need to do now is to press equal. Gives us a long decimal answer. That means we have to round off to 2 decimal places. It's 18.014633392. So to 2 decimal places it will become 18.01. So we get the hypotenuse is equal to 18.01. It was in centimeters, so this will be in centimeters as well. So that's the sine relationship or the sine ratio in trigonometric right angle triangles. So I hope you've learned how to use the sine relationship to solve for an unknown side. Thanks for watching.